Maria, back with another video. Today is Monday, February 1st, 2016, and I just wanted to do another update on my progress. I am starting to look outside of the area of where I live, and I am actively looking for a job as much as I can. You know, I'd like to find one as soon as possible and relocate. I want to say hello to Melinda, Lyona. You know who you are, and I want to tell you that I appreciate all of your help and all of the assistance that you provided me, and it really means a lot to me. And I'm sorry that you know, I seem what's the word for it? Consumed with myself. It's just that, you know, as you know what it's like to be a targeted individual, you're really stressed out and you've got a lot on you, and you know, I'm pressed for time, and it's extremely overwhelming. But the feed that you provided to me is priceless, and I appreciate it that you took the time out to help me. And I want to tell everyone, you know, what a wonderful person she is, and that I greatly appreciate her. So today I was thinking, you know, how wonderful Skype is. I don't use Skype very much, you know. The few times I have used it, it seemed to have gone well. Today, it didn't go well at all. Of course, I haven't used it in a few months, so I need to really study how to set everything up and use it correctly. It seemed like it went fine the last few times, but, you know, I'm out of practice, so I need to get familiar with it again. But I was saying earlier, I was trying to make a video earlier before I got a phone call. I think that Skype is a wonderful tool. It provides a lot of interaction. It allows you to interact, especially if employers would use this in situations where they're interested in meeting a candidate, but they don't actually have, you know, the time or the ability to actually go to that location. I think it's a wonderful tool. Of course, you know, using things like LinkedIn, I can see the value as that as well. Not to say that you want to put emphasis on people's appearance or anything like that, because, you know, I think LinkedIn is great because it can list all of your qualifications, and it's like a public domain for everybody to see what you have. But it does put a name to the face, you know, a face to the name, and that's very good too. So I mean, I think these tools are wonderful. Now, when I was actively looking and when I was really, you know, moving my resumes out many years ago, things were quite simple. So, you know, things are getting a little complex now. And for someone in my age bracket, it's kind of like, I'm kind of out of the loop here. So, you know, I appreciate Melinda helping me, you know, with certain answers and preparing for job interviews. And today I was speaking to a job coordinator who was giving me tips on my resume, because, you know, I've been using, you know, LinkedIn as a reference on my, I'm listing LinkedIn on my resume, and I was putting it in a place that really had no use for. It was a benefit for me to put it on the very bottom of my resume. So things like LinkedIn are new to me. I mean, kind of. They're pretty new to me. I mean, I'm understanding it, and I see the purpose behind it, but, you know, I'm not exactly sure how that goes on a resume. So I would really appreciated his feedback. It was very valuable. So for everybody who's helping me, I want to say thank you. So I am looking to have a new start. I need assistance. And so I'm contacting as many employers as I can, putting the feelers out. You know, I'm interested. I can contribute my skills to many companies, and I think that I'm a valuable employee, and I know that I can, you know, I'm up for the challenge. I'm interested in broadening my horizons, and I think now that I'm older, my mind functions even better than it has before. You know, I think it's because I've cut a lot of the dead weight out of my life. All the negative people that I didn't want in my life, I've cut them out, and it clears a fog in your head. You know, it makes you feel better, and it leaves room for more things like, you know, studying and applying your focus and your concentration. And so this is what I want to do. This is a very active period in my life right now. And so I want to be able to apply my mind to things that I've long been denied to actually pursue because of the gang stalking, because of, you know, people their intrusion, and they're moving me off of my path and creating all this confusion. Trust me, I just want to move on, and I'm doing everything I can to move on. So if you want to support me in my efforts moving on, many of the contacts that I've known in the past, I am in no longer contact with, and it's for my own mental well-being. There are some people that I'm contacting because I believe that, I have to keep my business contacts, excuse me, sitting on the countertop, my business contacts, in good shape here because, I can't be on my own island. And I do believe that I behaved and acted according to what is professional, and I never stirred up any issues with my previous employer. So, I will make it a contact. I will make an effort to contact them because I do need, I need references and things like that. But if you are interested in connecting with me on LinkedIn, please drop me an email, and so that I can give you the email address that I am using for my LinkedIn account so that I can connect with you on there. I have pretty much cut off a lot of my ties since realizing what has really been going on. And it's for my own good. It is for my own good. And I do believe that it's making me feel a lot better. It's giving me a lot more to be happy about, I don't know how things are going to go, and I hope they go smooth, because I'm really tired of the struggle. This has been going on entirely too long. And I do believe that my family, I don't know for sure, but I would think that my mother is somewhat supportive at this point. I don't know. I've never asked her. I'm not even supposed to know everything, but you start to figure things out. And I don't, like I said, I don't think most people are very far-sighted. I don't think they realized. I don't know if my sisters did. They're pretty wicked, but I don't know if they were very far-sighted. Like they realized, that this was going to end up happening. It's not a good idea to ever involve yourself in other people's employment issues. And now that I have my freedom, which I believe I do have my freedom, I believe that last job that I worked at as a customer service representative of some sort, I do believe that was an indication that these people are falling away from me, and I'm grateful. Just feeling or sensing that these people were around me was just so depressing, and it was just something that was literally killing me inside. I couldn't take it anymore. I'm happier knowing that I could maybe have a chance at a new start, and I could apply myself, enthusiastically, and, I want to be able to meet new people. I want to be able to go out and have a life. And I've been denied a life here for a very long time, so I need to be able to move on, and it's really important. So, making new contacts, communicating with other people, getting to know other people is really important for me right now. So, if you knew me from, the past and you weren't terribly offensive, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Like I said, the information will be below on the description box. Send me an email, and I'll let you know the correct email address to use to insert into my the LinkedIn account so that we can connect. What else is going on? So just today I spent pretty much all day, putting out resumes. Now, I didn't put a lot of them out. I did a lot of proofreading, spell checking, and then reading it again and making sure everything, I was trying to pay attention to the details, to the request on the job requisitions. And I'm just doing everything I can. I'm willing to go anywhere I can find a job. And that's just pretty much how it is. I can be happy anywhere. I do have my, preferences, but, I as long as I have a roof over my head, a job to go to, and food to eat, and and the ability to live and meet new people, and hopefully find people that I can connect with, click with, and enjoy a well-rounded life with, then I think I will be fine. I definitely want to get the ball rolling on my plans. I want to get back to work. I want to pay off the Internal Revenue Service, and all because of this. It's so crazy. I want to pay the Internal Revenue Service. I want to to go back to school. I need money for that. But really, my goal is to get as much training at the new job that I'm going to need, so that once I fully understand it and I'm comfortable with it, then I can enroll in school again. I mean, I have to keep my priorities straight. So that's important to me. I am nervous. I am nervous with this job search because it was so traumatizing, before. And just understanding the feelings and the thought process behind it and the people who participated in it, it's extremely terrifying. It is. It's extremely terrifying. I can't express it enough. It's almost like encountering somebody who wants to kill you is basically what it's like. And so it's not a very pleasant situation to be in. But the one thing I am very, very proud of is the fact that I have a clean conscience. I have a clean conscience, and I'm also proud of the fact that I followed the rules to the T. Now, being a goody two-shoes is never something that people look fondly upon. But I have to say, in this case, I am grateful because it really does pay to go by the book. It pays to follow rules. It pays to adhere to laws because I feel as though I'm protected. I didn't do anything wrong. So the collective basically owes me this. They owe me the courtesy of giving me, which I earned it anyway. If they are evaluating employees correctly, I earned it. I earned that reference. So it's the right thing to do, and it's not basing it on my clothes or my shoes. Of course, unless I was coming to work with stains and holes in my clothes, which I was not doing. My clothes were presentable. It was a matter of personal preference, hot look versus making your own clothes, or wearing something a little bit not as fashionable or whatever when you're working at Animal Wild Kingdom. Yeah. But those sort of things, Okay, I didn't mean to put that jab in there, but, those are the things that are really important. And, I was thinking about evaluating employees. Before an employee walks out the door on their last day of work, an employer should know whether or not they're going to give that person a job reference. And I have created a merit system on that. And what it's based on is basically, of course, things like performance, quality of work, time limits, durations, attendance to a certain degree. I mean, you have to allot for certain situations. And some people have an illness, so you can't discriminate against them. So those things have to be taken in consideration. But based on their limitations, were they able to come into work enough days? Did they show that they were making an effort to make up the time that was lost? Do they try to arrange accommodations? These are the sort of things that should be notated and kept track of as you go along. So you can do little miniature evaluations each month, and then by the time their quarterly evaluation comes, you know exactly where you're at. And then also, by the time they leave the company after a few years, or they're long-term employees or whatever, you know that you can give them a letter of recommendation. Now, you can still have contact with them, via things like, LinkedIn or occasional email or thank you card or acknowledgement in that way. But as far as them hovering over you and attaching themselves like leeches, choosing your next job, that's not supposed to happen. So because that's the correct way. Now, how you evaluate your employees and the time and dates that you give them a letter of recommendation or whatever, that's up to you. But once they walk out the door, they're no longer your concern. Okay, it's time to let go. Let go. And if you wanted people to be a part of your professional network, that's something you need to talk to them about first before you make the decision to become a leech and start making decisions for them. And this does happen to a lot of people, and it's a big error. It's a huge error. And I don't know if it's done to be malicious. In this case, I think it was done a little malicious in a malicious situation, because I think the issue of the lying about my race was a way of somehow teaching me a lesson. well, that's a lesson that can only be taught by my husband. And, you know, maybe my family has an input, but they shouldn't bring it to the workplace. It really doesn't have a place there. And by bringing it into the workplace, you're touching on a very touchy situation. So it's those little things that matter, you know, and how to evaluate your employees without becoming a leech is something that people really need to pay attention to. So this is my update. I'm not going to title this one gang stalking. This is just a quick vlog talking and reaching out, you know, and letting people know that I do need help with my work search, and as much as I possibly can. I need to be able to leave this town and hopefully start all over again. That's exactly what I want. I want more than anything to start all over again, to meet new faces, to, you know, laugh and tell a stupid joke that I find funny, you know, and be happy again, you know, and have a social life, you know, to a certain extent. I mean, I'm still going to be a homebody. I mean, you can't change me, okay? I'm too set in my ways. But I do want to meet and reach out to other people and, you know, maybe find someone who I connect with, you know. It would be nice to have a girlfriend to go shopping with or do something like that, or do sewing projects with, or, you know, painting, art or something. Those things are important. So let's just hope everything goes well, and I'm plugging away, and I'm hoping that I can make some positive contacts along the way, and that's pretty much it. So I don't want to continue rambling because this is becoming kind of pointless at this point. But anyway, I'm very grateful for all the support. If you haven't been subscribing to my videos, I will be looking forward to doing more videos, and I wish you all well. And for all the targeted individuals, I will continue to do and keep talking about this subject matter, and hoping I can educate employers. There's plenty of information out there providing education as well, and letting people understand, and hopefully employers will start to understand this situation, this thing that's been going on for so long right under their noses, that they may themselves have even contributed to it and may not have realized the consequences of it. So this is, I wish you all freedom, you know, and what I mean by that is I wish you all to be released from these terrible bonds that are controlling your life and destroying it, and that's how it starts. So if we can inform enough employers, you know, we have a chance, we have hope. So I'm going to wrap this video up, and I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.